people because they certainly did a job and a half. We had people come that we never even saw before that manned booths for 18 hours, and just were incredible people. I want to thank you all. You made this thing happen. And I'm sorry for all the craziness, especially registration and all the snafus with the network, but that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about, and I think we came through it pretty well. Yeah, it did. Well, what's that? Let's see what the aftermath of this is. So far, it doesn't seem like anyone's really done anything horrible, either computer-wise, hotel-wise, city-wise. I don't know about it yet if it does. There's still one more night to get through, so everybody will control themselves. Let's play the speech by Fiber Optic, which is about 3 minutes long, and we have some other things to settle. No problem.
It was with much regret that I am unable to attend this most important conference. A currently federal prisoner being held in Schoolville, Pennsylvania, a convict. While the fact remains difficult for me to grasp, it was not at all difficult for the judge and the prosecution to put me here to serve as an example and to send a message. There's a their words, not mine, words that I'll never forget. You see, I can't just run around with mastery of esoteric technical knowledge, showing others how things work, where the problems are, and educating. That would mean direct conflict with truth, justice, and the American way, or in other words, deception, ignorance, and greed. Let's toss in national security for good measure. In the government side, we should all be silent. The benefits of submissive public need to be maintained at all costs so that technology can be used against us to control us. I mean, it would be embarrassing if our nation's young adepts, hackers, were able to accomplish as much as we have. That would make national security a laughing stock, and cause wonder as to why such a useful and potentially beneficial asset remains one of the greatest ways to be served in this country and elsewhere. So the message I get from my sentencing and continued mistreatment is not fear and ignorance. We're the government, we will make you suffer. And this horrible and spirit-laden purgatory wants plenty of time to think. I think back to my childhood when Saturday morning cartoon boards told us that knowledge is power. They never warned us about getting too smart, that then we'd be considered a threat. We'd be made to look like criminals or even terrorists. The most dangerous lesson we would learn when we were older. Now, all of you in attendance on this most momentous of occasions are here for two reasons. Communication. Communication is of the utmost importance in avoiding misunderstandings, furthering education, and working together to solve the problems we face. Persecution and imprisonment of hackers is both mindless and pointless, and only leads to anger and resentment. The former reaction on the part of corporations and governments is deplorable and detrimental to everybody. What makes us hackers is that we share a common bond. We're explorers, all of us, seeking to understand the mechanisms of technology in the world around us. Only then can we understand where we've been and where we're headed. In these difficult times, we must stand united. There are too many real problems and real enemies to face to be getting involved in petty foolishness of inflicting damage or scheming for monetary gain. These acts are always at the expense of our fellow man and a damaging blow to our integrity and esteem. If your motivations are genuine and your actions are noble, you can do no wrong. Those who came before us sought to make the world a better place. To use their knowledge to serve the greater good. It is imperative that we maintain this tradition, and we must never lose hope.
Fiber Optic speaking to us from prison on a pre-recorded announcement. Hey, we made the New York Times. We're in Monday's New York Times, tomorrow's New York Times. New breed of check forgers exploits desktop publishing. Front page. Actually, look at this. Woodstock '94 ends mired in mud and discord. Wound down today in a sea of
Wait.
mud and trash.
Those of you who read Stuart Baker's comments at the CFP article reprinted in Wired, now that we had the second Woodstock, I feel obligated to assign you all trig homework tonight.
Discord. Evidence of anarchy. Security deteriorated and some emergency medical workers compared the scene to a war zone. There's a picture of one of the refugees. Well, we're actually B3. Freakers take a swipe at turnstiles and 9X. And the short article, kind of funny. Rich the Rebel is a man obsessed with ways to steal phone calls. Didn't quite communicate well what they were putting there. Doctor Who? Doctor Who, are you around? Is Doctor Who? Are you one of the Doctor Who's? There's about 50 of them. Doctor Who will not rest easy until he has decoded the magnetic strip on the New York State driver's license. That's not you, okay. And for others in the community of Dr. No, Malice, and Walking Owl, cracking the code on the Transit Authority's new Metro card may be only a few swipes away. They were some of the approximately 1,000 people who gathered yesterday in a Manhattan hotel for the Hackers on Planet Earth conference, where New Yorkers with a penchant for pushiness, nosiness, and the obsession of being first were able to hone their skills at technical mischief urban style. They exchanged tips on duping 9X. They broke into a payphone. And they looked for ways, there were no witnesses, I know. But they looked for ways to hack or freak each other. Now, for those of you that wanted the definitive definition of hackers here, they're nice enough to tell us. Hackers use their computers to break into other people's systems. Phone freakers do the same thing with telephone switches. Well, the organizer of the conference, the hackers, all right, calm down. Well, the organizer of the conference, the Hackers Trade Journal, 2600, the word zine is not in the New York Times dictionary. The organizer said it did not condone nefarious activities. What hackers do is often illegal, and government agencies and companies generally loathe them because they cost them money and occasionally secrets. On the conference agenda, sometime before the seminar on lockpicking, was a group discussion on how to crack the code on the Metro card, the new plastic card recently introduced in dozens of subway stations. Did we crack it? I don't think we... Well, I don't know.
Yes, we did.
Okay, we're looking for the right heads. That's the deal there. Inconclusive, I guess, is the only word we can use. Is it magnetic? Yes. It is magnetic. Okay. Okay. Are they writing to it? Yes. They are writing to it.
Everyone has access to nuclear magnetic spectroscopy.
just say that it's still under discussion. A New York City Transit employee attending the conference who insisted on anonymity explained that some of the ways to emulate the card contained a magnetic strip on the card which releases a turnstile and swipe along a slot on its side. The transit employee said that while he thought no one was yet close to cracking the magnetic code, he did know of a man who tape recorded the sound, quote-unquote, heard by the turnstiles on an 8-track tape, and then sliced it and put it on a card the same size. While his new card did gain him entry into a station, he said he was also arrested, so much for that. No one from the Metropolitan Transportation Authority, parent agency of the Transit Authority, could be reached last night for comment. Many of the convention guests, however, were more interested in learning about new technology than about decoding for the sake of defrauding. Dr. Who, like most hackers, uses a fake name to avoid tracking by the authorities, strolled on the floor with his standard equipment, an EDS magnetic stripe reader purchased at an electronic shop, and a telephone test set. He ran New York driver's licenses through the reader, pondering the 6-digit number that kept coming up. "I want to see into the darkness of the magnetic strip," he said gravely. He's 12 years old? What are they putting in there that we don't know about? Rich the Rebel, who says he has always loved telephone sounds, has spent an inordinate amount of time hanging out in the Queens supermarket. There is a telephone that connects directly to a car service.
I can't do that anymore.
He found a way to trick the system and make long-distance calls there regularly. Which the rebels didn't have some visitors. I think Rich deserves one of our prizes. A pocket coder for use with the Uniden microcassette entry machine. I'm told that you can use these things to, well, you can modify, you can add to them. To make it look like all kinds of interesting things. All those in favor later. How's that? Let's do this one.
This will all give you a real idea of Rich the Rebel.
Go ahead, set this one up for us.
What I'm going to be playing is a tape of different phone sounds, which will be the international calls, and then include some international calls from 1980. Actually, first is sounds from both switches and different switches. This goes from 1978 to 1980. So they'll speak for itself These are the whole contents, different phone sounds from the late 70s and early 80s. First is 660 in 1978 from a crossbar switch.
Yes, I'd like to call Frank Scott. 33
Next is making a local call on a crossbar switch in 1980.
It's ringing.
Next is the operator in 1980.
Okay, one moment. That's Pennsylvania, right? Yeah.
You gotta hear the song. You gotta hear the song. How many more are there after this? Just one more. Just one more.
Okay, thank you.
Next is a commercial for a long-distance call from 1980. That was the Reach Out and Touch Someone commercial part of it. Next is calling International Directory Assistance from PayPal in 1983.
Thank you. Okay, the grand finale.
The third release is a little song that was made up in 1980 called the Telephone Song.
If everyone copies of that, just please see me. I think it's a speechless in my life. It really should have been the last thing, because I don't know how to follow that up. And I don't think you're quoted anymore. Okay. Actually, yeah, okay, you hang out in the supermarket. And he is quoted actually, I wanted to tell someone at 9X that there are loopholes in their system, he said, but I just don't know who to go to. Anybody have a suggestion? His favorite method of freaking involves a little black box that emulates the sound of a dropping quarter. which tricks the machine into connecting calls he has not paid for. He really wants to clue NYNEX in on this. Really. Security at the conference, which was held at the Hotel Pennsylvania, was tight. Those attending had to wear badges bearing their photos and email addresses at all times. And volunteers pounced on guests the minute they walked through the doors leading to the conference room, demanding identification. Did you do that? Equally strict were the rules which were posted throughout the room, where everyone was spread out, mostly on the floor, discussing things that cannot really be explained here. Largely because the reporter has no comprehension of them. Largely because the language used was only slightly less inscrutable than, say, Serbian street slang. Jennifer Steinhauer, who I think is trying to write a novel here. Do not hack, freak, or mess with hotel property, wiring, or fire alarm, the organizers warned. The majority of the conference folks, organizers said, were more content to tap into the night on computers and chat with other visitors about computers. It's good to know we're so focused. Almost no one here wants to be associated with people who do bad things, said Roman Kazan. Picture for Roman, he provided a slip. He was in charge of the internet functions. We are really just techno freaks. That's it. Those of you from out of town, we do a radio show here once a week, and somehow, even though NYNEX and AT&T and all the companies cut everybody off after, say, 15, 20 rings, he always manages to be the first caller on the line. I think this man is the telephone network. It's off the hook. It's on WPAI.
Wednesday nights, 10 p.m., 99.5 FM.
Okay, so I'm going to do business here. Okay, we have Ben here is going to be reading off the three final new wills. And we have some amazing prizes to give away.
Well, a lot of you entered this contest, and we had a real hard time picking out the best one. They all suck, but they didn't all suck. We found a few good ones. Most of them were really, really disgusting. A lot of these were mentioning flashing your genitals to total strangers on video clips.
Some sick minds out there.
Reach out and touch someone.
A couple of you said, have you ever waited half an hour or more for a badge and hope you won't ever get one? But here are the top three. The number 3 by the Advocate is, have you ever had Kevin Mitnick take over your every device in your house? You will. Is the Advocate here in the room anywhere? No. We have prizes for these. Which is the prize number 3?
Prize number 3 is two of these coffee cutters. Somehow we don't have 3 of them.
But since he's not here, we're going to keep them.
I'll take them.
Number 2 was, have you ever not been allowed in your house by your new AT&T voice authorization line because you got cold?
And who's our winner on that particular?
That was Spoof.
Swoop, the swoop in the nose. What? Oh, shame. We have two tickets to see the Mets this Tuesday night. For those of you that are in town and maybe want to see a ball game or something, I thought this would be a nice gesture. That's right.
Well, that's the idea, guys. I mean,
Game starts at 7:40 p.m. on Tuesday. If anybody...
And number one, which was the best you will, is have you ever really wished you could go back to a couple of tin cans on a string?
And who is our winner?
Our winner is Skywriter. Is he here?
Yes, not.
No.
Yeah, you know, this is amazing. This is the lousy one that here. Give us a prize for that one.
The prize is the key to the brand new 1994 Corvette, but
Don't give him the
How many of you have Corvettes? You don't know what Corvette car keys look like, do you? They look like this, okay? Trump, and this is the driver's side. See, it says Corvette right there.
And you can
Come
come
in
in
this
the red
comes
box.
with a special Hope,
a red box.
Don't give away red boxes.
There is a crystal one, right here, see, crystal.
All right, now we also have had people that have been trying to get into our system, and somebody succeeded. Well, they're going to tell us how, because they're really the grand prize winners of this particular conference. And no, they are here. And in fact, at one point, I think we forgot what the password was, so we needed them to set us back into the group. Are they here?
Yeah.
All right, come on up and tell us what the hell you did. Please do it back up here.
Well, this conference is the last couple hours and we're really dragging out, so I'll make this really quick.
Louder.
Sorry, this is Alan Warren, Biohazard, Panzer Boy, and I'm Pluvius. This has been really dragging out, so I'll try and go real quick. First time we did it, we used race condition and bin mail, and as someone pointed out in the Mod D, we did use a script. However, we did do some pretty serious modifications to it. And the second time, we used courtesy of Roman, his nice little menu program for SK was set your root, and so we just had to read files and write them back. There's a temporary mail file created in the /temp directory. You can erase it and look into it and link it to whatever file you want, and that's what we do. But we feel kind of ripped off because the Corvette keys offered. Oh yeah, and if when they're going over the system later on, Biohazard's user ID is still on the harmless files. But we feel kind of ripped off for the Corvette keys that got offered. But,
Well, don't feel ripped off because since the Corvette person is not here, you might as well. And hell, take the bench tickets. Find out amongst the scholarships out there. Yeah, that's not it. We have as a final prize to these people, and we will say to them, do with this what you will. A clipper chip.
We have a very small, explosive device attached to this clipper chip, and the blast would be easily contained by this plastic solid box. Instead of here, and everybody can see it go off in a little flash, puff of smoke, as a symbolic gesture to our approval to the Clipper chip. How many people are for this?
How many people are for Bernie S taking full responsibility for anything that happens? I suggest we all stand on one side of the room.
Put Rebel up in front!
How many think we should get free shirts from Packaroo? More? Yeah, free shirts. There we go. Free staff shirts, too.
Designating the many pupils of charge of special. It's supposed to be on
We still have the shirts, yeah?
We have a final message. A final message. I was kind of surprised by this, but President Clinton has something to say to us. That's right. Listen to this.
My fellow Americans, I end tonight where it all began for me. I still believe in a place called hope. God bless you, and God bless
stick around, because everybody that still has equipment in the main hall should be working now or in the next 10 minutes on moving it out of there into the reception area. Second thing, we're going to need volunteers to get all the crap out of here. I personally will be passing out garbage bags to people that want to help clear the dirt out of here. Anything else? Oh yeah, people need to take the legs, fold the legs under the tables, take the tablecloth off them. Anything else that needs doing? Yeah, just basically clearing the pen top area, the hall next to here, as soon as possible, because we need to be working on that through the night probably on getting everything out of here. So just help us out.